All right, everyone, we're going to go ahead. I thank you all for coming out on this super gloomy day. But I appreciate you all for coming out tonight. Today, we're going to be talking about the following. We're going through some of our old business, some of the things that happened in the last month. We're going through some of our new business. I'll be talking about some new events that I have planned for the upcoming months of February and March. I'll be going through our official schedule, some of the things that will be going on for the rest of 2025. Then I'll be going through the budget, and I'll be going through reminders. And at closing, I will have our donation bucket being passed around. So to start off, let's go through some of our old business. So in the last month, we went to our first Ice on the Landing. This was ice skating downtown Chattanooga. And I ended up getting some cool photos of the two coolest people on the rink. Seemed like everyone who went was a blast. Who all went? Show of hands. Did y'all have fun? Yes. Was that something you guys want to do again in the future? Do they? We ended up going, I think, on the hottest day of the entire month, and it was just a slush fest. But that's also fun because we wear short sleeve shirts too, so. Hands are dry. That's true. That's true. That was pretty much the sums up of our last one, so I will go ahead and move into some of our new business. So to start off, I want to go over what I had talked about in the previous meeting. We had talked about, or actually I'm skipping ahead of myself. This is the rundown for the upcoming rest of the year. I am going to continue with the second Tuesday of the month for our monthly meetings. As of so far, it's going to continue to be at this location. Same time, starting at 7 o'clock, having a social hour. We will continue to have our social hours, ideally on the fourth Thursday of the month, depending on holidays. During warm months, it will be outdoors, and during our colder months, it will be indoors. We will continue to do car shows. We've been doing chips, cars, and coffee, and we ended up having one a couple of days ago, actually, which I didn't even put a photo up. I apologize about that. And I will continue to do our monthly email updates. If you aren't subscribed, I will be talking about that at our end of our meeting, but that is our live streams, which I'm doing currently. And it will be a rundown of the entire month of events as I'm talking about them through this meeting. Moving on to an event that I have not talked about yet. We are going to become pinball wizards. Yes. So Chattanooga is actually home to the Classic Arcade and Pinball Museum. Downtown Chattanooga, right on, I believe, Market and 4th Street. They have 35 different pinball machines and 20 different arcade machines from the 1970s all the way up to the 2020s. If you are more into pinball machines, they have way more emphasis on pinball machines, but of course they do have the super cool retro arcade machines. They're $20 tickets for the entire day. They open at 1 o'clock and they close at 10. So anytime during that, your ticket is valid. You will have to sign up for a ticket beforehand, so this is all online, and they do it on a amount of people in the building basis, because they have a fire code. They can only let in so many people during the day. So if you are interested, please, please, please buy a ticket at least 24 hours ahead of time. That will be on their website. And currently, I have this event scheduled for the Thursday, the 27th. That is going to take place of our social event for the month of February. I currently have it scheduled for 6 o'clock. Ideally, I would have us being there at 6 o'clock, doing a little bit of gaming, maybe going out for food as something we talk about the day of, and then maybe even going back afterwards just because we have a whole day ticket, may as well make use of it. But that will be 6 o'clock on the 27th. On to the next point of interest. So as of right now, the Nana's Ice Cream Shop, they are continuing for hours, and it is only until 2 o'clock in the afternoon through the week. So until that changes, we are SOL on Nana's. So I will keep you updated. That is still their winter hours, but even their winter hours had never been that rigorous before. So crossing our fingers that they at least can accommodate us during the winter month or during the summer months, but we'll see once we get there. We did. It's just hard to get that many cars together and that many people in that building. We parked in the Food City parking lot. That was a concern. The bigger problem was getting that many people in there. There's one table realistically, so. We'll see. Another event I'd like to propose to you guys today. As you all know, Hickson is home to our own sim racing location. This is flat out sim racing. If you know sim racing, it's where you actually have a motion cockpit replicating a car and you race on a racetrack, the different racing simulations they have at their location. They have two different rigs there, as you can see, one on the left side, one on the right side is more just showing what it is. But this is hopefully a club event that we can organize with them. But I do not have a date, I do not have a time, I don't have anything that's set up. I kind of wanted to get general interest on a date and then move forward with that because 1 hour, correct me if I'm wrong, $40 for an hour playtime. So it's not something that I want to set unless we have a whole bunch of people going. So ideally, I would like this to be our March monthly social event. So that would be later in March, give or take. If we were to do something like that, can I have a show of hands who would be interested in going on a, I don't know, Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday night? And 6 to 7. We definitely have interest in that. You should probably just ask that guy, what's the minimum? Realistically, yeah, I agree with that. He, I believe, has 9 different rigs, so. Yes. That would definitely be the thing that I would love to have us all do. And their rigs are actually, so the actual it has the car turns and it has air conditioning blowing on to replicate fast on too. Actually pretty in depth. So show of hands who's actually been to this location and driven on the rigs before. How was it? Very fun? Definitely something when it was. Because realistically, if we were going to do it, I'd probably only have us do for an hour, but I'd have to kind of coordinate with him how we can have that many people in 1 hour. I just have to talk to him. But seeing that there's enough interest, I think I can comfortably ask for each worth. So we will go ahead and plan for that. Yes. I was more or less just trying to garner interest in it because we're still talking another month and a half away still.
You were like, after an hour.
It is a lot of work. This is on Hickson Pike, down by Wendy's. Mm-hmm. It's an incredibly in-depth experience. Walking. Is it? Because I believe those, if you're 20 Newton meter torque wheels, I mean, they're strong. I'm going to go forward with it in March. Cool. On to the next. So last weekend we ended up having Chips, Cars, and Coffee. I did want to promote the next meeting for Chips, Cars, and Coffee. He does bi-monthly, so the next one will be on April 13th. Keep that date because I'm going to propose the following. Harper's Cars and Coffee. So this will be the month before Chips, Cars, and Coffee. Is just a large meeting where people come together in a parking lot and all show off the cars. Harper's Cars and Coffee is up in Knoxville, Harper's Auto Square. The largest in the southeast area, as you can see by this picture, the amount of parking spots they have. And if you are familiar with Caffeine and Octane, it's a little bit different than that. So Caffeine and Octane more so is a structured event where they have reserved spots for reserved people. This one's going to be more so Hamilton Place parking lot size of just the amount of people going and showing off the cars. So it's going to be less organized and more daily driver kind of cars. So personally, I have interest in that. This will be Sunday, April 6th. They all across America start at 8 o'clock in the morning. So if we want to be there by 8 o'clock, in the morning, we're going to have to leave here, give or take, about 6 o'clock in the morning from Ottawa. So if we were to that, who would be interested in joining something like that? By show of hands. True. It seems like this kind of event has garnered more interest than the last time I've done it. So we'll go ahead and do that one. Realistically, has anyone been to Knoxville's Cars and Coffee before? Awesome, that's how I like it. True. I actually would be curious to see Nashville's too, but it's hard to beat the size. Because, I mean, holy moly, that's a lot of cars. I went to this one back in 2018, and 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock wasn't enough time to walk the entire parking lot. So, it's a lot of cars. So that will be April the 6th. Cool. Then we'll have 2 weekends of Cars and Coffee back to back. That will be pretty sick. On to our official schedule. So last meeting we had talked about rotating a couple of events throughout the year because it seems a lot of the years are just the same events over and over and over again. So I've gone through the list and I've cut out 3 that I'd like to propose to you guys and see what your guys' interests are. So the 3 that I'm interested in cutting out for this upcoming year are Curves and Cornbread, which would be the April event, Whiskey Run, which would be our July event, and then the Lane Motor Museum in favor of the Savoy Auto Museum. Otherwise, go ahead.
Where's Savoy?
Carterville. It's a great one from what I've heard. It is, but we've just been to it so many times, it's worn itself out. Right.
Savoy rotates every month. One of their displays changes.
Really?
Their last month, one of the displays changed. So 2 to 3 months, it's a whole new.
But otherwise, I am going to keep a very similar schedule to how we had previously. I did add a fair amount of new events this year, so I will be continuing our bowling. As far as I know, bowling is done for this year unless you guys sway me otherwise. We did 3, 4 this year, so. Cafe socials are also done for this year because we're going to transition into hopefully an ice cream shop. Hopefully. Cars and Coffee, as you already heard, we're going to continue to do those. I do have not 1 but 2 collaboration runs in work currently. Crossing our fingers, all that works out again this year. Meows of the Gap will be in August. We will be having our cookout as we normally do. Apple Run towards the end of the year. Flat Top Mountain, I love doing that one. Boy, as we already talked about, I would like to bring Barber. Hopefully we'll be able to do that one on a race day. That would be much more enjoyable to do. I do have a couple events that I'm talking about, more so being for our social events in the coming months, but locally being a towing museum in Chattanooga and the Chattanooga Whiskey Museum. Fall Creek Falls was the event that we did many years ago that I have to revive again. Ocoee Mini Vault, also another one that we did collaboratively with the Nashville Club, which I'd like to propose hopefully doing as our own this year. Nick Jack Park, Old Car City USA. If you have not heard of Old Car City USA, one you need to Google because that is one of the coolest things I've ever pulled up. And then Nashville. Nashville is one of the ones for the claps. I don't know why I put that twice, but that's what I have for the upcoming year. If you guys have any, go ahead.
You been to the Coker Car Museum?
I have. That would actually be a pretty good one, actually. Locally for a local one, yeah.
Coker Museum downtown?
Mm-hmm. That's actually a pretty good one. I'll actually put that down. Right.
Coker Car. I walked in there thinking they were a normal tire shop one day. This place, I can't get my flat. The Old Car City is just a couple miles from the door.
Is it? I don't know if we could do that one day or not. That'd be a lot.
Ideas of cars, though.
True.
The one you're talking about is Duesenberg and a Rolls Royce,
Right.
Ferrari, and
True. Say that again?
Fall Creek Falls.
You want to say saying?
Yeah, it was nice. In the park.
You should do it when it's like a little too early for most people to want to be there. Like chili.
Actually. Any other?
I was saying in the summer, if Nana's is not an option, people would go to Nickajack Park or Chester Falls and industrial hours.
That's true. Just for a social or whatnot. Honestly, yeah. Now I'm really hoping Nana's actually works this year. Oh god. So
Zippy's right down here that's open. What it is, I just saw it on the way in. It's like, looks like a malt shop.
huh. Yo. It is. Now we tried many locations and they've all failed, unfortunately. So. Any other proposals for this year? I'm going to continue to look at the drive. Really, I want a Fast and Furious. That's what I want. Right.
Inside, you're gonna actually have the movies not, 3 days before and go, oh, that
Unfortunately, I wish. I don't even.
off Sligo?
Yeah. No, unfortunately, they post the movie the Monday, and then it shows on that Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So, unless I know everyone's gonna like the movie, it just goes under. So I'm Fast and Furious to come out here, but I can. So it's Maryville, not Maryville. Maybe it is Maryville. It's not like their main club; it's a side club that they came out. Miattaville. I'm not allowed to say Nashville.
Okay, no, Franklin.
Once a year, I do like to the budget discussion in front of the club. Now, we've taken very different avenues in the past for how to finance for this club, and I wanted to ask you guys, just for your guys' opinion, how to go forward with 2025, how we handle budgets. Previously, we have not been a dues club, and we continue to be that. We're actually the only Miata club in the Southeast that does not do dues, and we pride ourselves on that. But that also means we are asking for monthly meetings, and that kind of segregates go to driving people that only go to Miata meetings who are sitting here today. So I almost feel bad making just the people who go to the monthly meeting all of our budgets. So I want to ask where you guys' opinions and thoughts were on that moving forward and as we continue through 2025, if anyone has any opinions on that.
Look over your Venmo page. Look over your Venmo
I would
page.
say like if we're reserving a space, it's nowhere like
Through. Now, I wasn't trying to come to any concrete decisions or anything tonight. I just wanted to put it forward in front of the club, and I know it's not all of one here too. So, but it's something that I'd like to at least have an open discussion on, and not just me being the one doing it all. Right.
I don't think that's true, but on the other hand, my radio club always, every meeting, if your dues are late, it's due now. If it's due in January, pay your dues, pay your dues. And so it's tension both ways.
Kind of chasing after them to get it. Mm-hmm.
I'm not the biggest Miata, well, I love Miatas, the Wayne and
Mm-hmm.
Could do something like recommended donation of like a dollar amount that's pretty small, and so it's not like no one's checking, and if you tell them no one's checking,
True.
like come to this fund or whatever, and like even $2 or something, you probably get like
Right. No, that's not a bad idea. True, that's actually not a bad idea either.
I think I've seen it, but not really like thought that much about it. I was wondering if maybe just
No, that's not a bad idea either, too.
The bucket should come to the events.
I agree. I'd actually never thought of that. Yeah.
But some people are just sitting on their couch and they're like, oh, I'm totally going to that.
Right. No, it's really, that's what I'm looking for. I appreciate that. As for the dude, I didn't spend any money last month. I felt bad taking for $14. So we're currently sitting on $36. Oop. Oh, that's a heavy noise. Try my best.
Right, got a Roadhouse burger? Shrimp stacks?
And let's get into our reminders. So if you've been with us before, this is all a repeat. I apologize about that. We do use FRS radios on our runs. These are going to be required on events. Not so much on our events like this, but on our driving events. You do have to keep in mind there are two different types of bands when you're looking for radios, FRS and GMRS. So make sure you are getting one that is FRS. Usually pretty cheap. You can get two on Amazon for 30 bucks. We do have club apparel. We use apparel embroidery park ride. If you want to, you can bring anything you want. They will embroider it for $5. If you want a hat like the one I'm wearing right now, you can get it for 15. Or if you want a polo that's colored with your name on it, you can get it for 30. They have two different logos, one with a white background, one with a clear one. You can do any color under the sun. Try and match it with your Miata. That's just a cool thing to do. I have club magnets. A lot of the cool people in this club like to have club magnets, so we sell them for cost at $8 for two of them. Depending on your year of Miata, they do go in a different place, so keep that in mind. As I talked about previously, we do have a club email. If you are interested in joining, this is what it's going to look like. I send out a monthly update a day after our monthly meetings with all the information I essentially told about today. If you are interested in joining that, you have to go on to sceniccitymiatas.com, click that little sign up link, and it'll bring me, I'll put you on our list. And with that, I would like to open up the floor for any sort of discussion about anything that I talked about today. Otherwise, I will go ahead and end our meeting there. I will go ahead and pass around the bucket, as we had talked about before.
That's the bucket.
That is the bucket. The legendary bucket. Or the cash outs, too. But any comments, questions, concerns about anything today? Anyone been to the Pinball Museum before? It's so cool. Downtown? That one should be a super fun one. I'm actually really looking forward to that. Like, it's relatively new, all things considered, like 5 years.
What is that picture taken on?
The one in the email?
Yeah, the one in the email. It's got like a gray ending.
Oh, it's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been at least 7 years.
Oh, okay, so
It's-
the white ending isn't showing us.
No. But that's such a good photo, though. Look at all those cool Miatas. You can see my white and or my yellow and V back there. It's been that long.
That's not a stock.
Yeah. Actually, now I think about it, there's no one in that picture.
Mine's digital, it's real life.
Yes, I do.
If Sean opened the lid, I would count that kid.
These decorations were best diffused by
seen him beating too. I was thinking about getting another bucket of peanuts just for
Itself is good.
Was it empty at the start?
No offense to the church.
It was like 35 at the start. We're already up.
that. Nice. Doubling our money.
Well, yeah.
I need to put my Venmo on it now that I think about it.
I think it would have been funnier if you showed up with a bunch of new parts before talking about it.
A bunch of new money. Yeah, right. That would have been hilarious, actually. 49, dang. Oh, 59. I'm taking my 30% out of that. Do it. I wonder if I should raise my salary back to 50% again. Where'd the bucket go? Yoink it. I essentially take everything out of Venmo, so that's my 50%. So we got 60. Be like the FedEx guy. Oh, you can't even see what I'm doing.